My next guest says potential disruption in the Strait of Hormuz, well, that could cause oil prices to surge as much to $100 a barrel. I want to bring in out Tortoise Capital, their senior portfolio manager, Rob Thummel. So let's talk about that, because the general thinking has been that the Strait of Hormuz is off limits for a variety of reasons. Number one, now China gets so much oil from Iran, that would disrupt them. Oman's a friendly neighbor to Iran. That would disrupt them. Like, it's a no-win situation. But you think it could still be on the table?
Well, I hope not, but,
right.
but because 20% of the global oil supply comes through the Strait of Hormuz, if there was any disruption in the potential oil supply, that would immediately cause oil prices to spike. So our hope is that that doesn't happen. The odds are pretty low, but it's not a zero probability that there will be some disruption in the Strait.
So let's talk about, you gave us a pretty nice layout of potential long-term prices and outcomes, particularly from here. And of course, a lot of it depends on what happens, the scope of the enforcement of any sanctions on Iran. As the day has gone on, it seems like President Trump is playing hardball. And so, the stakes have gotten a whole lot higher. The existence of lasting physical damage to the infrastructure, which might have been a partial goal, although I think the nuclear facilities are one, in their efforts to disrupt the constant flow. We kind of hit that. So let's talk about the first two.
Yeah, so if you think about supply and demand, the Saudis, OPEC Plus, they're increasing the production of oil, right? They're increasing the supply of oil. That'll help push prices lower. Now, what happens with Iranian, the 1.8 million barrels a day exported out of Iran? Will sanctions make that zero, or will the infrastructure be damaged so that goes to zero?
Well, can it go to zero with China being such a big buyer?
Well, I hope not. I mean, we hope it won't be. It won't unless there's some damage to the infrastructure, or the U.S. somehow figures out a way to basically hurt Iran by having zero exports, and so because that'll hurt their pocketbook, and so probably not. But if that would happen, that would also cause oil prices to go up.
Let's shift gears a little bit, talk about what really has been the big topic prior to this, and this is the renaissance in nuclear power. Of course, you have a few things going on here. We have President Trump with the executive order, followed last night. The Senate found a way now to extend out the credits for nuclear. So you like what's happening here. Let's talk about where the opportunities are, because you really, I mean, this is your area. You know, all the Wall Street folks come on as we're specialists that week. You know what I mean? Next week we'll know everything you need to know about whatever the topic of the jour is. But you understand this really well, and it was interesting because the uranium has been up 11 days in a row. Can we do it? Can we expand that mining?
Oh, yeah, I think there's absolute capacity. I mean, we've been studying energy technologies at Tortoise for decades. This is a significant opportunity when the U.S. basically just needs to improve its energy supply, its supply chain for uranium, and that's what some of the executive orders are designed to do. Increase domestic production, but more importantly, increase enrichment capacity, because all uranium has to be enriched to be able to be utilized to generate electricity.
Small molecule, is that modular reactors?
Yep.
Right. So, one of the hot stocks out there, NuScale, that's their symbol, SMR.
Yep.
Stock's going through the roof. But it's not going to be that simple, will it?
No, because you have to enrich the uranium to a level that's much higher than existing uranium. So there needs to be some regulations around this. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission will get involved. The technology needs to be approved. We do think that it will happen. It's just going to take a little while. It's probably going to be into the next decade till we see SMRs.
The enabling and growth of nuclear power, again, we've got the executive order. We see that the Senate's covered that because it was missed in a House bill. And the entrance of these large companies, cutting deals directly with power plants. How much more would that help expedite this whole thing?
Yeah, well, Charles, the new electricity is the new oil, right? So we need more electricity. I mean,
right.
like we need more oil as well. But electricity is going to come from nuclear power, and so this is going to help substantially. And
but if Amazon's bought their own plants, and
yep.
And Microsoft, all these big companies buy their own plants, is there an issue for the nation at large?
No. That we can expand. That's why if we improve the value chain and improve the supply chain, there'll be ample supply of electricity from nuclear, natural gas, and other forms as well.
Let's talk about a few stocks that you like here, nuclear-themed stocks. We've seen these names before, but I'm glad that you have them on your list because, again, it's getting tough. They've made some big runs. All these names have made pretty big runs. Constellation Energy, though, is sort of at the top of your list.
It is. It's the largest nuclear power operator in the U.S. It's been that way for a while. They operate in the regions where, what are you seeing? AI demand increasing. So we love Constellation Energy. It offers a little bit of a dividend yield and a lot of growth.
Vistra?
Vistra's similar. It's not quite the largest. It's the third largest, but Vistra's combining natural gas and nuclear. And we see natural gas and nuclear really being the future of energy and really the next era of energy. And Vistra capitalizes on both of those.
And the natural gas also will be an important component for these data centers, right?
Absolutely.
I was out in Baton Rouge earlier this year, and everyone's going crazy. The nat gas opportunities.
Yeah. Louisiana's a big data center hub. They're going to be building, Meta's going to spend $10 billion on a new data center, and it's going to be fueled by natural gas.
Cameco was always the knee-jerk play. Uranium's hot, buy Cameco.
Yep.
Still can chase it here?
Yeah, well, Cameco is if you need more domestic uranium, this comes from Canada. A lot of it comes from Canada, but they've got something like 17% of the world reserves. So Cameco is a great place to be if we're going to use more nuclear.
It's been a great stop. Rob, great stuff. Really appreciate it.